Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's the weekly reading for the week of September 23rd to the 29th. Your cards this week, Saggy, you have an Oracle card, you're already doing it. You have the Ace of Wands, Strength, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. So lots about action here in your reading here, Saggy, with all the Wands energy, but I'm just going to start off by reading out your Oracle card. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Do not question things so much. You are on the right track. You are facing the right way. Stop overthinking it. It's happening. You are closer than you think. You're exactly where you need to be, and things are moving at the perfect speed. Do not rush it. Now is not the time to be impatient. Now is the time to walk steady. There is no rush. What you are building is being built. What you have planted will soon blossom. With every day, a new brick is being laid. So, Saggy, this is a confirmation card, and really it's confirming that the direction that you're currently going in, the path that you're currently on, is the right one for you. So that's really great to get that kind of confirmation. It also talks about moving at the right pace. Sometimes we need to slow down, sometimes we need to speed up, and that kind of thing. So let's see how that plays out in your reading. So recent past, or past, it could be, over the last few months as well. Here we have the Two of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, and also I just noticed when I picked up these cards that the King of Wands also came out together with them. So let's start with the Two of Wands. Yeah, so the Two of Wands is somebody who's in life review mode. So I feel like in your recent past there was some kind of crossroads that you reached. You were in a position where you were questioning something in your life and sort of deciding which fork in the road to take, right? And, with that confirmation card, I do feel that the one that you chose was right for you. And I think it probably meant moving in a different direction from something. So for some of you, you may have released a relationship, business partnership, a job. You might have relocated to a new town. It's a general reading, so obviously it's difficult to tell. But whatever that crossroads that you reached and the decision that you made, it was definitely worth it for you, or it will be worth it in the future. As the Two of Wands talks about, stepping beyond that comfort zone, moving on from the past in order to explore a more abundant future. See, this person still sort of has that connection to the past with this wand here attached to the side of the castle, but he's got a firm grip on the wand of the future, because I think you realize that you had so many opportunities and limitless potential open to you if you could just let go and have the courage and the strength to move forward in a different direction, one that you may have wanted to take for quite a while. And I feel like many of you are already some way on that journey, or the journey has been initiated for you. And I think, once you started on that journey, there was no looking back really, or there will be no looking back if you're just starting that now. The King of Wands is somebody who, absolutely is a visionary, knows where he's going. He knows how to rule an empire. Also this is you, Saggy, in your most mature energy. So I really feel that this opportunity or this new direction that you're going in has the potential for real growth for you to step up in a lot more of a mature leadership sense in your life. So some of you have, for example, released a job, you might be moving into one that's going to have the potential for you to go into a mentorship or a leader position. If it's choosing to move away from one relationship and potentially pursuing another in the future, it means that maybe that this will be a more adult situation. And the Four of Pentacles here, yeah, look, I just see this as, the things that you've released. So before you reached this crossroads, Saggy, there might have been a period of holding on quite tightly, and a period of being stuck in sort of a sense of stagnation. And, I think you got to a point where it's like, well, I can't really take this anymore. I'm not moving anywhere. And that's why you arrived at this life review, at this crossroads. The message with that Four of Pentacles, if you haven't already released the situation, is that, by holding on too tightly to the past, we can devalue the future. So it's good to, loosen that grip at least and see, see what comes in through doing that. So next up, Saggy, present position, Knight of Wands and Strength. Yeah, so I feel like as soon as you released that situation and decided to, choose that wand of the future, or that future direction, turning the other way, basically, there was no stopping you, or there will be no stopping you. You're basically taking this wand that's been offered to you and deciding to charge forward with it. So, this week is all about forward moving and progressing yourself on that new journey. And, with the Knight of Wands, it is actually, again, it's your energy, Sagittarius, but it's also quite a fast moving energy. So the Knight of Swords being the fastest moving knight, the Knight of Wands being the second fastest knight. So I feel like things will be moving forward quite swiftly for you, but just heeding the knowledge of the Oracle card there, if you feel like things are going too quickly, pull yourself back and, have that pace change if it's required. The Knight of Wands, I always look at these three sand dunes in the background here. It's that link to the number 3 being the beginning of new manifestations. So this is where, this new journey and the fruits that it's going to bring in the harvest of the next chapter of your life really starts to build, to be set in your intentions. It's the promise of, the abundance that you're absolutely going to reap in the future, because we can see that clearly from the next cards that are coming in. And we have that crossed with the Strength card here. So, yeah, I feel like now that you've decided to choose this direction and you are charging forth with it, like I said, that's that's when you sort of realise your unlimited potential. Now, the Strength card also talks about taming or controlling any inner demons that we may need to, that could be holding us back on the journey. So there might be things related to that past situation, event, person, career that you've released that sort of is still in your psyche, that is still in your thoughts, that pops up every now and then. Some of you might be harboring a little bit of, resent for somebody, or, you might feel, some of you may have felt initially angry if you had to move on from a situation and it wasn't your choice to do that. But really, you will in hindsight see that this was the right thing for you. But if you are experiencing that, the reminder with the Strength card is to meet that emotional feeling with its equivalent opposite counterpart in order to neutralize it and bring your energy back into balance. So if you are feeling angry or resentful, as an example, then we would meet that with compassion and forgiveness. Forgiveness is the antidote and remedy for so much physical, emotional, and mental illness in our society. So think about, what you may need to coax or calm or tame within you this week. But, the Strength card is also here to give you the courage as you move forward on this quest of your new beginning, or your new pathway, which is really aligned with your highest being, your highest self, sorry. Still feeling a bit sick, so words aren't coming that easy. But just, you've got to keep in mind that, you don't overthink things. I think this is more about action, going with the flow, tuning into your intuition and feeling your way through this situation, feeling your way into this new direction, rather than being analytical about it. And you have no swords energy here, so I think that will come naturally for you this week. There's no sort of over analytical mental energy here. And Saggy, this is where I think the destination is. So what's interesting is that this Two of Wands card is about choosing a new way, choosing a new direction, even though you may not know where the destination is, but there is that real promise of having the whole world in your hands. Well, I feel that this is an indicator of that destination that you are going to be arriving at in the future, Sagittarius. So Ten of Pentacles, sort of that highest realm of abundance in a material, solid way. And you have the Ace of Wands here. So for me, this is the promise of the growth that you're going to receive from this journey. It's also the promise of, new opportunities, or that's opportunity, or this new pathway continuing to unfold, and along the way receiving those gifts that are being offered on the hand of the divine here. So, as you move through this journey, there will be possibilities and opportunities on offer for you. So make sure that you actually take that action. That's what we need to do with the Wands energy, and it is an action suit anyway, in order to evolve them and grow them, because aces, as you know, are the number one in the tarot suit. So they're seeds of pure potential that need to be watered and nurtured in order to sprout and grow into something like a Ten of Pentacles reality. And Ten of Pentacles, Saggy, is the promise, like I said, of having such an abundant future. It talks about, the home, the generational living, having the pets, having financial abundance, having stability, having a sense of security in your home realm. It's really, one of those things that we all wish for. So, that is where you're heading. It's all positive, and the message to keep in mind, Saggy, is that you are on the right path. You're already doing it. The seeds have been sown, and they will blossom, sprout, and you'll be reaping a beautiful harvest in the future. So, Saggy, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Keep in mind it's a general reading. It won't resonate with every one of you. Leave me a comment. Love to know if you're already on this journey and how you're feeling about it. And I'll be back here for another reading with you next week.